wish I could play music, but YouTube, I hate social media when it comes to that point. It was just like, I just want background music. Heaven forbid I get tagged for copyright. Ugh. So if you like watching this, play your music in the background. And I'm sorry if I don't know, I can't tell if that's blurry or... So we're trying to drive. So forgive me if it's blurry. This is part of the lake. I so wish I could live out here. I would love to have a lakeside house. I really would, like have my backyard feed into the lake. That'd be so cool. But I live close enough. I mean, the lake where I live in the subdivision, I live in a lakeside subdivision, and the lake is literally like 2 blocks from my house. And in the wintertime, when the trees are all gone, I can see like a sliver of the lake if I stand out my front porch. And I can, in the summertime, I can hear the ducks. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, I love where I live though. I do. I'm happy with what I have. Could it be better? Sure. Could it be worse? Definitely. You know, I think about those that are less fortunate, and you know, and I appreciate what I have. So, but this is the road that kind of follows along. Lake Palestine, Texas is one of the large lakes in northeast Texas. I think it's like the second largest. Lake Texoma, which Lake Texoma straddles the Texas-Oklahoma border up in North Texas. Near the dam is near Denison up there. And there's videos on my my YouTube page from there. That's like 2.5 hours. Well, for my current location at this very moment, it's like 3 hours. And what's interesting is Lake Palestine, they are building, and in some of my videos I mention it, when I'm at the spillway, you can see a crane on the other side of the lake, the mechanical crane, not the bird, but the mechanical crane on the other side of the lake. And I was wondering what in the world's going on. It's been there ever since I started coming out here for like 2 or 3 years. I'm like, well, definitely not no high rise, because we're like way out in the boondocks out here. And but I saw a YouTube video news on my news feed that they are building a $1 billion plus water line from Lake Palestine, Texas to Lake Benbrook, Texas, which is in Benbrook, Texas, suburb of Fort Worth. And Fort Worth is about a good 3 hours from where I'm at now. Why is everything 3 hours away? Anyway, so yeah, I need to quit saying so. I am really trying to work on it. I hear myself, I watch these videos, and I notice I say so. So, re, mi, fa, do. I need to quit that. Okay. That's funny. So, there I go again. When I watch YouTube videos, I'm gonna be honest, vlogs, not vlogs that's turned into motion pictures with like, you know, all this fancy editing and all that stuff. I just want a real live vlog like what I do on my YouTube, and there's several YouTubers that do that, and I watch them. But what I will say is, I'm gonna be honest, it gets on my nerves when I'm trying to watch them and like every other word is like, well, I'm like driving down this like road that has like the reflectors and like there's this car like, I'm like, oh my God. And if it's too much, I literally will stop the video. And that makes me think about when I use the word so. It's like, so, we're going here, so, re, mi, fa, do. I need to work on that and get out of that. Break myself with the word so. That way I'm not as bad as those that use the word like. Every now and then, at one point I caught myself. Every now and then using the word like is fine. But every other word like there's a stop sign. Ooh, like there's bulbs. Like I did this, like I did that. Yeah, that's very annoying. But in the same breath, I don't want to be judgmental. I don't want to be judgmental. I want to, you know, people need to express themselves. So I just realize I have my imperfections. I say so all the time. And when I hear someone that says like quite frequently, and it starts getting on my nerves, I have to keep telling myself, okay, well, you don't have no room to judge because you keep saying so. So yeah, see? Oh, where's that smoke from? That's, although I have not mastered the art of burning. I literally will go through a whole gallon of fuel just to burn a little pile of stuff, and it still doesn't burn the whole doggone thing. I need someone to teach me the country living, because I love the country life. I really do. Yep. I noticed here in Texas, I don't know if you can see, but in the center stripes, the two yellow lines, the solid yellow lines, in the between, there's the reflectors here in Texas. In the South, we have those. When I used to live up north in upstate New York, those were very, very rare. You never saw those. And I really appreciate them at night. And when I first moved up to New York, you know, that was my first exposure beyond the South when I was in my mid to late 20s. And I remember the first few nights I would drive they weren't there, and I had a hard time making sure I stayed in my lane. And in some cases where the stripes were faded or almost non-existent because they haven't been re-striped in a long time, it really, I'm surprised I didn't get, maybe that's why I was always getting pulled over. I don't know. But I understand the reason that they don't have them up there, because they have snow plows, and those snow plows, they would scoop those things up in a heartbeat. My camera's sliding down. You know, my camera's jumping, the video's jumpy. You know what's weird is when I do live, whether it's YouTube or TikTok, and I'm doing live driving, well, for some reason TikTok doesn't let me do live driving, but on YouTube, when I do live driving, I notice when I replay the video, I notice it's really jumpy and everything. Well, yeah, that's the roads, to be honest. They're not, in many areas, they're definitely not smooth. However, when I actually record a video on my phone, using my phone app, my camera app, it has shock. Y'all show brights at me, I'll put my brights right back at you. I don't know why they were flashing their lights at me. My lights aren't that bright. Or maybe they are. I don't know. Thing is, I do not have the LED lights that gives you X-ray that will X-ray your body because they're so bright. But occasionally I'll get someone that will flash their lights at me thinking my lights are bright, which I get it because some people, like this car here now, it looks like they're bright, but as they go by, they're not. So I have to be sure. So here in Texas, we have the one thing I don't like about the summer months, obviously, is the mosquitoes. But also when I'm driving and I'm like doing these vlogs, is especially the night videos, there's so many bugs. There's been times I will go through an area and there will be so many flying insects, it sounds like a light rain hitting my windshield. And then when I get home, I have bug splatters all over my windshield. And I don't know how many times I've got to clean my windshield because of that. I mean, I'm literally going around Lake Palestine, and I still haven't gotten home yet. That tells you how long that lake is. I mean, and I live, so where I started this video, I was at the spillway. And I live about halfway in the middle of Lake Palestine between the southern point, the spillway, and the northern point where it starts. You know what? Whenever they open up that that gate and allow people to drive on that bridge, I think I might take a Saturday and just actually do a driving vlog and drive the entire lake. Go around the entire lake. I'm about to cross a bridge over another section of the lake. I mean, there's a lot of, like, I don't know what you call them, but they're like arms or whatever, like an octopus. You got the main body and you got these little extensions. But this part, I guess tributaries, or I don't know what you call them. If you know what they're called, please comment below. See all those bugs on my windshield? You know, me and one of my colleagues and I were talking the other day at work about our weather, and we were actually walking around the block on our break, and we kind of got to talk about the weather and everything, because we seem to, this year we've had a mild summer. It feels like, I mean, we're already halfway through July. We've not had a day where we hit 100 degrees yet. I'm not complaining about that at all, but that is rare for Texas. Usually we hit 100 by now. Although I think in history there's been like 3 other summers where we have not hit 100 degrees. So it is a unseasonably cool summer so far. But I was looking at the weather forecast for next week, and we're supposed to get up in the upper 90s. So we still might hit 100. Yeah, we're not out of the woods. I mean, we still have August to go through. August, I heard on the news, we are officially in the dog days of summer. So again, we're not out of the woods just yet. But we were talking, and another colleague that was with us, she was like, well, that means we're going to have a cold winter. And I told him, You know, we don't, based on our weather pattern, it's almost like every 4 to 6 years, well, 5 to 6 years, 5, 6 years, we have a snowstorm that'll last a couple of days where we get a nice blanket of snow. Not sleet, not ice, snow. And the last real snow that we've had was in 2021 when we had Snowmageddon, where we had the coldest temperatures in recorded history. We had -0 degree temperatures that I have not seen since I used to live in upstate New York. And I'm originally from Texas. I went up there and I came back. I'm like, I did not want to bring those temperatures back here. Look at that. That person's got their brights on. But because there's other people around, I'm not going to flash. We got down to like -5. I mean, water mains were busting all over the place. Power was going out. Either you lost your power, or you lost your water, or you lost both. Where my mom lived, she lost power, but never lost water. And where I lived, I lost water, but did not lose power. I kind of wish I'd rather lose power. Because, you know, we have to use the bathroom, you know, shit and piss. And it was crazy. It was crazy. I have to do a blog about that. But that's been, well, that was 4 years, well, 4 years this year. So next spring will be 5 years. So we're due. Next spring, we will be due for another snowstorm. And I really hope that it's nothing like what we experienced back 4 years ago, back in 2021. But you know me, if we do experience it, my butt will be out there. Taking pictures, doing video, making vlogs. See all the bug guts on my windshield? Ha! Oh! Where the beer's cold, we got the best barbecue, and you can guarantee your windshield looks like it's been splattered by insects. All right, we're about to cross the longest bridge over Lake Palestine, and it literally is exactly 1 mile long. And those columns that hold the bridge up, each joint, there's 65 of them total. Not sure why they had to use so many. Of course, what was it, 69, 70, I think, when the bridge was over 50 years ago. Less than 60, I think, when this lake was created. There it is. Of course, you can't see it because of the darkness. Lake Palestine. That's what that green sign said. I don't know, hear the bugs. I hear them. It almost sounds like a light rain. And if you hear a thump, 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 that's the joints on the bridge. Okay, dude. Liquor stores are closed. I don't know why you're speeding. Look at that with my windshield. Oh my gosh. I mean, literally, it sounded like light rain hitting my windshield. It must have been like a cloud. I don't know what you call them, where they're all grouped up together. I call it a cloud because that's what it looks like. We're still on the bridge, y'all. Oh, we just got off of it. And that's somebody behind me, or passing me, I think. Hey. How you doing? We have bumpy roads in my neighborhood. Sorry for the vibration on the video. Look at those tall trees. I love the tall trees here. But when you have a tornado to come through, there's still a tree. They're leaning from that, a couple of trees leaning from that tornado. Had one come through here spring of 2024 in May. I was, I have a vlog about that on my YouTube. I love video recording nature. And now I've got it pointing at me. And I was recording the storm because it was like a nasty storm. And we get those all the time here. It wasn't nothing out of the ordinary. But then all of a sudden, it was just something about the storm. Everything, all of a sudden, it was just like someone took their hand and grabbed leaves out of the tree and just started throwing them over my house. All this debris started slamming against, tree debris started slamming against one side of my house. And I knew something wasn't right, and the wind was like going in a circular motion. And so I screamed at my cats, try to get them to get under, so they'd get under something. And I was getting on the opposite end of the house from where the storm was coming from. Oh, there's a kitty. Come on, girl. Boy. Oh, I hope it doesn't get killed. It's just laying there, and it didn't even move when I drove by it. Oh, well. I have such a soft heart with animals. Oh boy. What happened when 9:30 used to be early? It's 9:24 actually, but used to be early. Early. Okay, I am home, y'all. Oh, I need to fix my driveway. All right. Hey. Oh, I have nobody to watch. And I'm over here talking to myself. Well, if you watch this after the fact and watch the end, thank you. Have a good day.